the understanding of the cyber threats is also the top of the line. So if you don't understand where the threats are coming from, you're way behind. Phishing is one type of cyber attack that the attackers attempt to trick individuals into providing sensitive information. There's common tactics that include sending fraudulent emails that appear to be from a legitimate source. For example, you as a small business might receive an email that appears to be from one of your vendors requesting a payment, or a client that is telling you that they need the password to log into the portal. So to prevent those attacks, you want to educate your employees how to recognize those suspicious emails, and you want to use good email filtering and always implement multi-factor authentication on everything that you can. That will drastically help even if a password is provided for a hacker and they don't use it for a week because they don't want to give up that they are accessing your data. Two-factor authentication will be great to have. Ransomware is another emerging threat. Obviously, it's a type of malware that encrypts your data, and then they demand ransom for the release of the data. So the attackers usually use the phishing emails, or they use the vulnerabilities that they found on your system and exploit them, and then they deliver the ransomware. There's a lot of examples out there that there are a lot of examples out there that we can bring up, but the most important part is to prevent ransomware. You want to make sure you regularly back up your data. You want to keep your software up to date and use the advanced threat detection. All of those tools we spoke about initially, they will contribute to the prevention and protection. Another cyber threat is the insider threat we spoke about, and that's going to be when an individual within the organization will cause harm, either intentionally or accidentally. Intentional threats may involve malicious actions, while accidental threats, they can result from negligence. An example is an employee accidentally sent sensitive data to the wrong recipient. Then that's a data breach. Or an employee on purpose uploaded a list of all of your clients before they move on and start working for your competitor. To prevent insider threats, you want to implement access controls. You want to conduct regular security training and monitor user activity. I know it's not easy these days with cloud, etc., but it's doable. And the advice over here is usually to give only the really needed access to the data to the people that actually need it. Not everybody needs access for everything, including, and most specifically, historical data should not be available for everybody to access if they don't have any need for it. Another emerging cyber threat is APT, and that is advanced persistent threat. We spoke about that briefly. Those are long-term targeted attacks that usually are done by skilled hackers. APTs usually involve sophisticated techniques, and they aim to steal sensitive information, obviously. For example, if you have somebody that's continuously trying to attack you, they might spend weeks or months or maybe years try to find a compromised machine in your network and find maybe a compromised account on your Microsoft or Google tenant, and then they will steal the data slowly or all at once. It might take months before all the data is stolen from you so they don't raise any alerts. To prevent those APTs, you need to use advanced threat detection tools. You also need to conduct regular security assessments for your company and implement strong access controls. Again, not every person should have access to every piece of data. Zero-day vulnerabilities. Those are unknown flows in software that can be exploited by the attackers before they are patched, right? They're unknown to you. Attackers often use those zero-day exploits to gain unauthorized access, of course, to systems. And for example, a popular software application had a zero-day vulnerability that was exploited by the attackers to steal data. And that can happen from Adobe, that can happen from Google Chrome or Firefox or any program that is installed on your computer that is not patched, and there is a vulnerability that's part of it, hackers will know about it, and they will try to use that vulnerability to gain a backdoor to your data, to your network. To prevent those, you want to keep your software up to date. You want to use advanced threat detection tools, and again, implement strong access controls. If somebody did get in, that doesn't mean they have to have access to everything.